I got a lot of bars. Look. Got the music bumping and the homies in the backseat. Man, we so turned.
What's up, world? It's your boy again, himself, the Iron Man, Joe Powell, okay? Back with another episode of IronManFit T V. Now, from my first episode, I told you guys that I wanted this channel to be something different, to bring more to the awareness of Carolina bodybuilding, because you see Florida, Cali, New York, everybody got their thing going, so I want to make sure the Carolinas get the shine that we supposed to get. So I got two special people here with me today, all right? First off, I got my mentor, IFBB Pro Johnny Stewart.
What's up?
Yeah, the man that puts on the best show in the world every year, the Charlotte Cup, which is my first show as well, too. And the second person we got over here is my brother from another mother, Darren Hollywood Glenn, IFBB Pro.
What up? Yay, yay.
And if you're ever in the Gastonia area, you better go by his gym, all right?
That's what's up.
Now, the first question I'm going to throw out there, I'm going to throw this one at Hollywood, all right? Now, Wood, I can speak from this as well, too, and I'm going to go second after you share a story or something. But just give everybody out there a little something of how much Johnny means to you and everything Johnny's helped you with, Joe, as far as your bodybuilding career.
Yeah, so everybody knows Johnny Stewart to me is probably the best friend, the father, the one that you can call on. You want to fight him, you love him, you hate him at the same time. But Johnny to me is the one that I got my work ethics from. Like when I first met Johnny, I've never seen a man who can handle his own personal life and raise his kids at the same time of handling professional business. A lot of times people get sidetracked. They got to pick and choose one or the other. But the first day I met Johnny, he was actually at home cooking, prepping his food and fussing and whooping butt at the same time. All in the first time I walked in there. His son actually got a butt whooping the first day I ever met him. And that's a true story. But it showed me this is the real side of somebody who cares. Because not only that, the first time he invited me to his house. And I sit there and I said, wow, look at this. This is a man who I would love to mimic myself after. Because after I left, all I could think about is I can't wait to get back to see Johnny. I can't wait to get back on track with him and talk to him. So to me, that's everything that a mentor, a father figure, a best friend can be to you. Somebody who not only inspires you, but makes you be better every single day.
I know for me, my story came, I was sent to Johnny by a good friend of ours named Kirk. And I was going for my very first posing class, and Hollywood can tell you about this one too. My very first posing class, I was so nervous, y'all, that I didn't even take my shirt off for like the first 30 minutes. And I was just like so nervous. I was thinking I had to look like Ronnie Coleman, my first posing class, which was not true at all. So once I got in there, and he put me right next to Hollywood already in the trunks and everything, he going on stage. So I'm nervous as hell, because I'm like, all right, here go this dude, he gotta be pro or something. So I'm nervous with him with poses. Then I started looking around the rest of the classroom, and I was like, nah, I'm all right, I guess I can come out my shirt. And so he made me feel very comfortable in my very first time ever meeting him, so I took my shirt off. Now, another part of that story is the first time I ever worked out with Johnny, all right? I was blessed, y'all, to be able to work out with this man for over a year every day, like 8 a.m., Monday through Friday. And my first shoulder workout was crazy because I've been working out since I was 5 years old, honestly. My pops was a coach, so I've been working out since I was 5. I thought I was going hard. Now, once again, I said we was doing shoulders. This ain't leg day, this was shoulder day. I think we was doing side laterals, man, and next thing I know, I'm starting to get dizzy, it's blurry, and I go to take a seat. Jay looked at me and said, Joe, you know we don't sit down around here. I said, Jay, I can't see. He said, all right, stay sitting for a while. Get some water. So the intensity of his workouts, man, I mean, it's something I had to learn from the beginning because, like I said, I thought I worked out hard, but evidently I wasn't. And I found that out real quick. And now my clients say the same thing when I'm kicking their butt. They're like, Joe, I can't see. And I'm like, go ahead, sit down. I tell you a story about how it did to me, too. So that's something that Jay taught me because of the work ethic I learned from him. It's what made me become a better bodybuilder, a better coach, and a better person in life as well, too. So that's just a little story that I had to share with y'all as well, too, from my point of view.
Well, you know, guys, you know, a lot of times, you know, I'm blessed to have these two gentlemen in my life. You know, I've traveled a lot of roads, you know, but I think a man is marked by the effects and the legacy that he leaves behind. You know, these guys have done as much for me as I've done for them. Hollywood came in my life at a time when I really needed somebody to pour what I had into. My children was not old enough to understand the bodybuilding world. Hollywood came in, a young man that was handling his business every way you could think of. He was hungry. He was going down the road like most young men do that he didn't really need to go down. We sat down and we talked, and he told me, you know, he called me Mr. Stewart at the time. I said, look, man, I ain't that old yet. So we started talking, and, you know, we became friends. You know, we trained together, we ate together, we cried together, we grew together. You know, I remember the times when Hollywood was going through, you know, just personal things in life. He would call me and we'd talk about it, you know, and it just drew us closer as a client and a friend. You know, those are the times when you look back and you say to yourself, you know, I'm his mentor, but he's blessing me too, because I see someone on the other side that's hungry, that respects me. Every word that came out of my mouth, he was tangling on. We started business together. We started working together. He didn't know at the time all the things that he was learning just by doing his job. And let me tell you, he was good at it. He was very good at it. There were certain things I wouldn't let him do in the beginning. He would say, Jay, why you won't let me do this? Why you won't let me do that? I said, Wood, you're not ready for it yet. You know, just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. But we went through business ventures. We built businesses together. He was always a vital part of my business. Where when I couldn't be there, I didn't worry about it, because Hollywood was doing his thing. We'd always report to each other what we had going on. Stewart Fitness would not be where it is today if it wasn't for Darren Hollywood Glenn. He's a vital part of my success because of his drive to be the best. And he saw something in me, other than a bald head, that he said, hey, I want to mimic, you know. And I've never claimed to be perfect. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a man that had challenges through his life and still having challenges. But I saw a young man that wanted to learn. He wanted to say, hey, I want to be better. And I say, hey, all I can give you is what I have inside. And when I was talking to him and we were training, I seen him grow from an eager young man to a very promising and great man. And I mean, he's enriched my life so much. I've seen his family grow. I was there at his wedding. I mean, again, this is one of those fairy tale stories. And then to see him with his business, open his business, flourishing, you know. And I think about the times, I remember he used to call me and say, Jay, I don't know how you done it. I don't know how you did it. And I would always tell him in the back, every time he would finish, I say, Wood, you've been trained for this. You've been trained for this. And I know he told me, he said, man, I hang up the phone. I said, man, what are you talking about? But then he'd come back the next week and they said, you know, Jay, you're right. This man is going to make a great impact in this world. He already has in the bodybuilding world, but in his community now, he's growing to be a figure that people are beginning to recognize and respect even more than just bodybuilding itself. Now, switching it to Joe, let me tell you, I always called him my little big brother. Joe is a man that is like a fountain. He's a big obstacle of a man, but he has a heart as big as his arms are. He came to me, he was just raw. When I tell you Joe was raw, he was raw. I'm trying to tell you, look here, pull your pants up, twist your hat back. But the one thing that he had more than the rawness was desire. This man was hungry. He wasn't just hungry just to be on the stage. He was hungry for success. He told me one day, he said, and he probably don't even remember this, he said, Jay, he said, man, I just want to make sure that when I leave this earth, people know I was here. Now, let me tell you something. That's powerful. Because, you know, there's a lot of people that live and die on this earth. No one ever know they were here. I always tell, and I always told Joe, make a difference. Look what he's doing. Look, he's giving back. He's training people. He's bringing people to the stage. He's changing people's lives. They both are helping people overcome high blood pressure. You know, we don't just train competitors. We train everyday people. Because at the end of the day, it's the average person that keeps everything going. You know what I'm saying? Bodybuilding at the extreme. It's at the top. You don't go any further than pro bodybuilding. Hollywood and I have gotten there. Joe's soon coming. The thing about it is, what are we doing to make an impact in the community, in the world right now? We're changing people's lives. These guys have enriched me, and I'm so blessed to see what I had to pour into them that they are beginning to now use it and pour it into other people. I mean, that's what you call a legacy. And hey, listen, I'm telling you right now, ride or die. These my dogs right here. These
it wasn't an easy road. Like, it was plenty of times, like, me and Wood have both worked, like, crazy different jobs. Like, we even worked on the same job where Wood was my boss, and I worked under him. And it would be plenty of days we'd be on our lunch breaks, and we'd just be talking about our dreams and everything that we wanted to do. Like, he had a dream of wanting to get his own gym, and now he has his own gym. I had a dream of wanting to have my own fitness channel, and now I've got my own fitness channel. I've got a fitness clothing line on the way, which is one of the dreams I've always wanted to do. So for me and him, I mean, what was it, like a couple years ago, like two, maybe 3 years ago, man, we was just working in the warehouse talking about these dreams that we got going on now. But trust and believe, it wasn't easy, man. It was days where me and him might wanted to give up. We had times we talked about maybe retiring early, so because maybe we were thinking it wasn't for us, you know what I'm saying? It was just a dream, and it was time to look past that dream and go to something else. But we stuck it out. Now we're here. We're doing what we've always talked about we wanted to do. A lot of it is because of this man right here, you know what I'm saying? And so we just want to give back to him and show him the same love he showed us, because he didn't have to pick us to be the two that came under his wing. It could have been somebody else, but we were lucky enough. It was written by the man upstairs for it to be me and him, and so we want to give it back, you know what I'm saying? So, and you guys out there should give it back to your mentors as well too. Never forget the people that helped you get to where you are now.
You know, that's one of the things that a lot of people do. They get a little taste of success and they forget about their roots. There's people here in North Carolina and other Greenville and other places, you'll never hear that Johnny Stewart worked with them. Johnny Stewart trained them. You know, we all know. I ain't gonna call nobody out because it ain't necessary. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But the thing of it is, what you have to understand is this: if you get to the point where you can't give homage and credit to the people that help you get started, you really hadn't learned anything the whole journey. You know, it's not about always having to praise someone, but there's no one, including myself, that has made it as far as I have without somebody helping. I haven't. You know, don't get it twisted. Don't think the success of Stewart Fitness, Charlotte Cup, and all the other ventures that I'm into is because I'm Jack Great. Bill Gates didn't build the phone by himself. I had a great team, great friends, like these guys right here. Listen, let me tell you something. Wood started out, Joe started out as a student. This and that. Sometimes I call them and say, Wood, listen, I just got to vent, man. You understand what I'm saying? Because they know me. They know the side that most people don't know. You know, you understand? They know the human side. Everybody think I'm a superhero sometimes. No, I get mad, I get upset, I have gas. There's a lot of things going on. You know, but again, you know, I'm blessed to have these guys in my life because I'm so proud of them. Not because they had choices, they chose me, but I'm seeing what we have done together collectively, spreading. It's like a virus, man. These guys are changing people's lives. They're doing what this industry is about. It's changing people's lives. I'm building a platform with the shows to bring people to compete. They're getting people ready for the shows. But here's the deal. They're keeping the people healthy that's coming to watch the show. Yep. That's what it's all about. So you don't get it twisted. It ain't all about broccoli and trophies. Sometimes it's about, hey, let me get off this medication. You know, let me get this stress out of my life. This is what we're doing. These guys right here exemplify being hungry and staying humble, what it'll do for you in your life. These guys, hey, listen, I'm telling you, I'm probably as proud of them as they're as proud of me.
And do it for yourselves, man. Don't do it just to get a bunch of Instagram likes so you can post a pic. We know y'all out there to just go to the gym, take a picture, and leave. We see ain't no sweat in the picture. Your body ain't changed none. So don't do it just for the Instagram, man. Do it for your own health. Do it for your kids so you can see your kids graduate, things of that nature. Don't do it just for Instagram like. You know what I'm saying?
And one thing I want to say in closing is this. You know, listen, guys, the more powerful or the more you build your business, the more responsibility you have. You're governed by the legacy that you build. And let me tell you something. When you are a trainer like Darren Glenn, like Joe, when you have that type of responsibility, that type of respect, you have to govern yourself accordingly. You can't be out here at the club down here, you know, I'm behind everybody's shop. Now listen, don't get it twisted. You're able to live, but understand one thing. When I took on the role of saying I'm going to be a show promoter, I realized there's a certain part of me that, hey, I've got to be able to manage. When I became an IRBB pro, there's a certain status that goes and certain responsibility that go with that title. You can't go out here, you can't say everything you want to say. You can't do everything. And if you're trying to motivate and be a mentor to other people, you got to govern yourself according. The first thing you got to do is look at yourself. And if you can't look at yourself and say, hey, this is a man or a person that I'd want to be like, then what do you think anybody else going to be like you? So, hey, again, like I said, it's about you and about what your roots and what your origin is. These guys and myself, we really want to help people make a difference.
Hell yeah. And tell me a little bit about the show, Jay. We got the show coming up, April. Charlotte Cup was my very first show, so I'm going to let Jay tell you about the Charlotte Cup.
Charlotte Cup, when I started this show, we had probably about 40 people. Me and Wood were backstage saying, you know, Jay, we need to go out there and pose just to keep the people in here.
I mean, we were taking tickets. We were doing weight. And we were walking people on stage. I guess pose at the beginning and the end of the show.
We went from having 40 people to over 350 people at a show. And you know, hopefully this year we're looking to set a mark of 500 people. You know, we don't want to call this a show anymore. We want to call it an event. Because let me tell you something, with the type of atmosphere that we bring and we have people come in, you know, for some people it's going to be their first show. For some people it may be their last show. I want people to be proud as the stage that they step on as the hard work they done. And I wanted to represent that hard work. So, you know, it's got my name on it. Again, like I said before, I'm held to a higher standard. I'm going to put on an event. I'm going to present a stage. I'm going to present T-shirts. I'm going to present bags that represent how I feel that an athlete should be treated. I've been to shows. I've been to shows that I say, you know, I ain't going to do this show no more. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want anyone to ever come to the Charlotte Cup and say, hey, it wasn't a great experience. You know, and part of that, if you look around at the Charlotte Cup, you don't see this cat if he ain't up on stage. You'll see Hollywood. If he ain't working his booth, he's walking around. This is a community show that we built by hard labor. It's gotten to the point now to where it's known throughout the world because of what? The way we treat people, the way it's held, the way it's run, from the judges that we have, the expediters, the tanning crew, everything. Everybody comes in, they put their passion into it. The Charlotte Cup has become one of the biggest events on the East Coast, and soon, hopefully, going to rival the United States as an amateur show. Yeah. We put on the show, the event that people want to be at. We got vendors that's asking for space because they know the people are going to be there. And again, like I said before, it's not to toot my horn, it's not to toot these guys' horn, but again, we built this from the ground up, and we would not be here if it wasn't for the people supporting us. So you know, word of mouth, make or break it. If you ain't got a show that's hitting, people gonna talk about you. So my thing of it is, when you come to the Charlotte Cup, when you step in the convention center, and you step and you see that stage, you see that backdrop, you see there's a theme behind it. Oh, yeah. This year's man against machine. And the Bible speaks of man as humans. So whatever your battle is, whether it's blood pressure, depression, bad marriage, bad relationship, whatever it may be, this is the day for you to get up and defeat whatever you're up against. Yep. Nothing better than the Charlotte Cup, April the 15th. Be there. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. And it's one of the best shows. And I'm not saying it just because of my mentor, because he's sitting right here. Honestly, from my heart. And I've been in the sport for going on about 10 years now. It's definitely one of the best shows in America, period. Not just amateur, not just pro. Because I've been to pro shows now, I've been to national shows, and I've been to regional shows. It's definitely, hands down, the best regional show damn near in America, period. Because nobody in America builds a stage like Jay builds a stage, all right? And even some national show stages don't look as good as the Charlotte Cup stage, where you got two big screens on the side of the stage. You got a theme on the background. He brings, like, the top pro guest posts. You got Dexter Jackson coming this year, man. Dex!
Jeremy.
Dex! You know what I'm saying? And for you ladies, we got Jeremy coming. I know for me, like, when I first got into the sport, when I hadn't even met Jay yet, the only person I knew was Dex. So I watched Dex videos all the time on YouTube. So for me, I know it's going to be a big moment for me just to meet Dex again and maybe even get a chance to interview him. So, like I told y'all, the Charlotte Cup is big. And I've been to pro shows that don't have the two big screens on the side of the stage. He's done pro shows that doesn't have the big screens on the side of the stage. So I'm telling you, when I say the Charlotte Cup is one of the best shows I've ever been to, I'm not just tooting his horn or just saying it because he's my mentor. That's the honest to God's truth, you know what I'm saying? So come out. You see it right here, April 15th. We're going to make sure we run a full commercial on IronManFit TV as well, too. So come out, be a part of it. If you're not on stage, come out and root somebody on, because I guarantee there's going to be somebody on that stage you probably know.
One thing I want to say in closing, you know, Joe touched on it. You know, the guest posters we have, we got two Mr. Olympians, and we got Darren Charles, which has been on the Olympia stage himself. You know, these guys are personal friends of mine. When I reached out to them, you know, of course, you're going to hear Dexter tell you that he beat me, you know, back in 1889. he spanked that, but, you know, be honest, being beat by Mr. Olympia ain't a bad thing. My stock went up, you know what I mean? Jeremy, you know, Jeremy's Mr. Olympia, physique. That's eye candy. That's eye candy for the good. You understand what I'm saying? Darren, we've got people who wouldn't want to come out and meet Dexter Jackson, Jeremy, and Darren Charles. You know, this is for the audience that's coming out. The people up on stage are going to entertain you, but I want the people in the audience to be entertained also. I want them to learn about the history of bodybuilding. Dexter's been around for a long time and still winning. Jeremy is setting new standards for physique. This is stuff that I want to pour back in. Then we have Lonnie Teeper, the world famous MC. He's MC'd the Olympia. He's MC'd the Honor. He's probably the most sought after MC in the world. He knows bodybuilding left and right. He's been my friend for over 25 years. You're going to hear a lot of comedy, a lot of history at the Charlotte Cup. So you really want to be there because, hey, it's just like a family reunion. Yep. We got everybody coming. We just switching out the fried chicken for Talal.
That's right, come on. Baby. That's right. Now, before we get out of here, y'all, I want to let Wood go ahead and give a plug for your gym. So if people that haven't heard of it or don't know where it's at, he about to tell you the address and everything.
Yo, so in Gastonia, North Carolina, Hollywood Fit. You can Google it or whatever, however you want to pull it up. It's 4491 Posterity, Posterity Court, Suite 3 in Gastonia, North Carolina, 28056. Come out. We have a good time. Nothing but the hottest music playing. We get down. If you don't want to train, don't come. If you want to get in the best shape of your life, we want to see you there.
One of the best gyms in the East Coast, baby. I'm telling you.
One of the best coaches on the
That's
East
right,
Coast.
for
These
sure.
guys making a difference.
For sure.
Thank you.
All right. Iron Man himself, peace out.
I'm the lieutenant. Make y'all wait a minute. Put my city on the map. Charlotte represented. Come and play this record. I ain't talking about Guinness. And if I hurt your feelings, sorry, I am no dentist. Look, this is the premise. Mix it up like I'm a chemist.